This is the screencast for the team Dragonfly for the project, a group project of SEG Crow for the application Sunka. So I will now show how the application that we built works. It works both with one player and a computer player or two local players, and also it has the functionality to work over the Bluetooth. So first of all, let's start with the settings, when the user can go and change the name of the players. So we can save the name and start our game. We start the first turn. Both the players can play, therefore the board will be updated just after both players have played. For example, I start with player 1 Federico and then Ivailo, and we can see that the changes are applied afterwards. Since Federico was the player that pressed first any cup, is the one that will get the second turn, and so then the animation starts from the following turn. So now, for example, we can see one of the functionality that we implemented, which is stealing the marbles in the opposite cup. And this happens when the last marbles of the current player lands on one of his own empty cups. Therefore, when I press here, it will steal these marbles. Here we go. Okay, so another functionality that now we can show is that the player, when press a cups and his last marbles lands inside his own player cup or storage, he will get an extra turn. So in this case, if you press here 1, 2, 3 and the fourth, the player Ivailo will get an extra turn. And as we can see, he has still the same turn. So we can see again, for example, that I can get an extra turn, and this happens again when I press the 2, and this can happen again and again. And I can also steal the cups. Okay, now we can see another functionality that when a player actually has no valid moves, the player that he's playing will continue to play and has extra turn until the next time that the opposite player has any other valid moves. So for example, when I click here, although he didn't actually finish, he finished here and he tried to steal the cup here, therefore he didn't go anywhere else. It still has a second extra turn. Okay, so now instead, when I have 3 marbles here, the last one will end here, and therefore Federico player will have a valid move, and therefore the turn will switch. But as we can see, this happens again now. So now instead we have the end of the game, in which the pop-up that will show the result will come up. Here we go. And the winner is Federico, that has more marbles than Ivailo player. So now we have two options. We either go back to the main menu or we press play again. In this case we press play again, and we can see that a new game instance starts and we can play the same game. This is the menu that we have during the game, that we can either continue or go back to the main menu. That was the other option at the end of the game. And we have the other option to play against the computer, and in this case we human player have the first move and the computer has already moved. So now we can see that after the animation, each time at each turn the computer makes its own move. And games proceed like that with the same rules of the two players, but there is one automated player. So we can go back to the main menu, and there is the section of statistics in which we see the best players, for example, or the fastest game played from previous game that were previously played.
Okay, so this is the demonstration for connection over Bluetooth for Sunka game. So we selected two-player game for both devices. One will be the host devices, and we select it from the menu. Yes, we allow the Bluetooth to connect, and then we will have the device that connects. We search for the device, and we select it. And we can see that now both devices have connected. So therefore we can start our move. And we can see that the changes apply to both the screens simultaneously. Here we go. So again, we can see the games keeps on playing with the same rules they have demonstrated already before in a normal game, but we're just playing over the Bluetooth. And we can see that the turns exchange. Oh, actually player 2 is here. And then whenever it comes the highlighted here for the player name, we just carry on playing like this.
So again, this is Team Dragonfly, and this is our application Sunka for the Project Chrome. Thank you for viewing.